Right, hello mate. Sorry it's taken so long. It's been just mega busy, but which is good. But I do apologise. It won't usually take this long. So yeah, just taking a look at a couple of bits. Number one, really like what we've done. Really like the slightly more neutral hip position that we're seeing over here, rather than obviously the big gap between the line here and the left hip, where your hips were set back and your upper body was stacked more on top. You can see you just look a little bit more stacked vertically there, just rather than hips back and upper body pushing over towards the target. It looks a lot better. One thing, other than the boring thing you won't want me to say that I'm going to have to say, if you look on your takeaway, you can see there's just a little bit. I mean, it's going to be an unusual position for you with your hips being a little bit that further forward, which you may be getting used to now, hopefully. But what you are doing, sort of on the takeaway, there's a little bit of that lateral movement off to the right. So if I pop just a little dot there, for example, as you take it away, probably trying to re-find its previous centre where you were before over here, just a little bit of a bump into the right hip rather than a full rotation, and then it just creates a little bit of lateral from there. So just something to keep an eye on. Just try and, when you are setting those hips a little bit more forward, just try and keep them there a little bit longer in takeaway. Don't let that little sway happen off the ball, because you just lose your lines and lose your centre a bit. And then unfortunately, mate, the bit you don't want to talk about, that you sort of alluded to in your text message, head again. You just really need to focus on this. For me, it's just obviously the pillar of where you need to be. Keeps everything in the right place in the golf swing. So straight away, before even halfway back, you drop 2 or 3 inches. It's gone back and down, so we're now, it's quite a long way from where it was. So you're just going to struggle to find strike consistently from there. I can't sugarcoat it. You'll struggle from there to find it consistently. You'll still play well because you're a good player, and you'll be able to find bits and bobs, but it'll be difficult to find it consistently from there. Again, I don't want to bore you with it because I probably showed you this last time, but your better players, your better ball strikers, there's generally, just playing through here, there's very little. He's maintaining his height, he's maintaining his angles, and it's not until he sort of starts transition where things get a little bit, loses a bit of height, but that's his little power squat move. But when you consider that as the top of the backswing to your top of the backswing, it's a good 5-6 inches of movement. So it's not a surprise to me that he's going to find centre a little bit easier than you do on a more consistent basis. So I think you just got to keep working at that. I know it's boring, and I know it's not an exciting technical answer, but you need to maintain that centre a little bit more, because everything else you do is so very good. You're just not doing it justice by that excessive head movement for me. Give us a shout or send me a video if you're going to do any more stuff and just really work on. Use the misses, use the lad behind you, whoever. Just get them to hold your hair, get them to rest an alignment stick on top of your head. Whatever it needs to do to start centering that head a little bit longer will benefit strike. So yeah, give us a shout.